Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to start our new chapter of physics, kinematics, and the topic of today's lecture is motion and its types. Before starting our today's lecture, we are going to introduce our today's chapter. First of all, mechanics is that branch of science which deals with the study of motions of different objects, and these objects may be as small as electron and it may be as large as galaxies. Now, mechanics is further divided into two branches. One is known as kinematics while the other one is dynamics. Kinematics basically tells us about how an object moves, while dynamics tells us about why an object moves. In this chapter, we will discuss about kinematics in detail, while dynamics is our upcoming chapter. Kinematic is a Greek word which means motion. While it is branch of physics, it basically tells us about motion of an object without going in detail. It means that we are not interested in the reason of that object's motion, that what is the reason behind its motion. We just study its behavior during motion. Now we are going to define motion. What is motion? When a body changes its position from with respect to some reference point, then we say that this body is in motion. For example, we have a car which moves between 2 points from point A to B. It will definitely cover some distance with respect to time, so we will say that this car is in motion. Now, types of motion. We have basically three types of motion: translatory motion, rotatory motion, and vibratory motion. First of all, we are going to discuss about translatory motion. When an object moves in a straight line or curved path, then this type of motion will be known as translatory motion. Now, translatory motion is further divided into three types: rectilinear, curvilinear, and random motion. Rectilinear motion is the motion along straight line, or a motion along a single direction is known as rectilinear motion. Example of rectilinear motion: if a car moves along a single direction or an aeroplane moves in a direction. Other than that, if we throw an object from space towards gravity, it is also a single direction motion. So these are examples of rectilinear motion. Next one is curvilinear motion. Curved means zigzag, or a tilted path is known as curve. A body or an object moves along a zigzag path is known as curvilinear motion. While random motion is that type of motion which have no specific direction and no specific time. It means that an object will move either on towards east or west or north or south. It may be move in any direction at any time. So this type of uncertain situation of motion is known as random motion. Example of random motion is if we spray perfume inside a room. So after certain time you will be not able to exactly find out the position of these perfume molecules present in that room. It may be moved in any direction inside that room at any time. Similarly, second type of motion is rotatory motion. For example, we have a car which moves along a circular path at a fixed point. So after completion of one round trip, we say that this round trip of a car is known as circumference. Example of rotatory motion is wheel of a car. For example, a car is moving towards some direction, so its wheel will rotate around a fixed point. So that type of motion of wheel is known as rotatory motion. Now, third and last type of motion is vibratory motion. Back and forth motion is known as vibratory motion, or we can also define it as to and fro motion of an object is known as vibratory motion. For example, we have a pendulum in a wall clock. Now, that motion of pendulum along a fixed positions is known as vibratory motion. And when that pendulum moves between these two fixed positions, now these fixed positions are known as mean position. Once again, we are going to recall our today's types of motion. Motion along straight line or curved path is translatory. Motion along circumference or a circle is rotatory. Back and forth or to and fro motion between two fixed points or mean positions is known as vibratory motion.